This is the Iowa Weather Report for Thursday, February 11th, 2016, and now our first look at the 0Z GFS Model Run at noon today. Flow is coming out of the north and west, and that's going to keep our temperatures cool again today. We had one system that brought a little bit of snow activity across the state yesterday. That's well off to our east, but another one is going to be approaching from the northwest as we move into tonight and into Friday, and that could bring us a little more snow activity. Meantime, before that system gets here, we'll see some peaks of sunshine, but few and far between. Better chances further to the north and east than to our west. Highs today in the teens to 20s across the state. That system moves through, as we mentioned, late tonight and into Friday. Could see a dusting to maybe an inch or two of snow. And then that system will be gone by about the middle of the day on Friday. Temperatures during the day Friday will actually peak in the morning and then drop way down. By Saturday morning, we could see temperatures below zero for all but maybe the far southern and southwestern counties, maybe even some teens below zero Saturday morning, and Saturday during the day, highs single digits and teens for the most part, with some partly to mostly sunny skies, but those clouds will be on the increase again because here comes another storm late Saturday night and into Valentine's Day Sunday. Mother Nature brings love with more snow. I'm sure everybody wants that, and this storm is going to be one we'll have to watch because this could bring quite a few inches of snow. It's still hard to determine the exact amounts at this point. That will be moving away as we move into Monday. Could see a few lingering flurries at that. Temperatures still, well, they'll be warmer than zero. We'll see teens and maybe around the 20s. Warmer air tries to push in. You can see with these red lines that are signifying warmer air, at least at the 500 millibar level, coming up from the south and west. It's Pacific air trying to butt this cold Arctic air out, and because of that, we have a few storm systems trying to ride along the top of that. That could move through the state Tuesday, and then another one on Wednesday of next week with some chances of some snow. We'll fine-tune that as we move closer to that time period. By next Wednesday, you can see, or next Thursday I should say, the flow is coming straight out of the west. You can see a system is approaching from the west. But what this is going to do is this is finally going to bump this cold air out for at least a day or two toward the middle to end of next week, and it could bring a little bit of precipitation. With this, it may be in the form of rain. We'll have to wait and see about that. We still have plenty of time, plenty of snow and cold and warmth and sun and clouds until we get to that period. And speaking of that, we can even go further into the extended period around the 22nd of February. And if you notice, the flow is starting to come back out of the north and northwest again. But it's kind of aiming more toward the Great Lakes and not right at us. That's going to keep the cold air, at least the brunt of it, further to the north and east. Could keep our temperatures fairly close to seasonal levels, maybe 20s to lower 30s across the state, with fairly quiet conditions. The extended period looked fairly quiet at this point. The end of the period, 26th of February, look at the flow. Straight from the north and around us, around this big upper level type feature, over Hudson Bay into the Great Lakes. That means the flow is coming out of the north again, and that means cold weather could be back as we move toward the end of February and into the beginning of March. Heaven forbid the first day of March is only 2 days after this period, but we still got a lot of February to go. Satellite image from last evening. We had a system off to our west. You can see it's bringing a couple of clouds across the northern Rockies and into the plains. It's a disturbance moving east of the state that brought a little bit of snow activity earlier. Fairly quiet along the Gulf Coast in the south, except it's cold down there. Frost and freeze advisories down there across Florida. Some winter weather issues across the Great Lakes and the Appalachians, across northeastern Montana. A couple fog issues across the north and west. The QPF chart. Precipitation over the next 5 days looks about 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch of liquid equivalent. That'll be in the form of snow, maybe an inch or two on Friday, and maybe a little bit more as we move towards Sunday.